What if I told you that women can sense weakness in a man before he even speaks a single word? It's not something you hang around your neck like a sign for everyone to see. It's not about the clothes you wear or the watch on your wrist. It's in the invisible details, your posture when you walk into a room, the way your eyes meet hers, the rhythm and steadiness in your voice. It's in how you carry yourself through the quiet, ordinary moments of life. Most men are blind to these signals, moving through the world unaware. But women? They feel it instantly. This is not just some mystical intuition, it's psychology, sharpened over thousands of years of evolution. Women are biologically wired to detect strength, not the raw kind that comes from muscle and force, but the deeper kind, emotional resilience, calm leadership, and unwavering self-assurance. When a man doesn't have these, it's like a silent alarm going off in her subconscious, warning her before her mind even has the chance to put it into words. And yet, weakness is not what most men think it is. It's not about failing, because failure is a teacher. It's not about making mistakes, because mistakes are a part of growth. Real weakness is revealed when adversity hits, and you collapse under the weight. It's in the restless craving for validation from others, in the inability to control your emotions when pressure rises. It's in letting the chaos outside dictate the peace inside. The Stoics understood that true strength is not about the roar of a lion but the quiet, unshakable calm of a mountain. A man rooted in his own values does not need the applause of the crowd, his foundation is solid, his identity is unshakable. He does not bend to the shifting winds of public opinion. But most men unknowingly project weakness in small, almost invisible ways. One of the clearest is the endless hunger for approval. When your confidence depends on the smile, praise, or attention of a woman, you've already surrendered your power. Psychologists call this the external locus of control, where your self-worth is chained to what others think, rather than anchored in your own principles. It shows when you fish for compliments, when you alter your beliefs to match hers, when you stare at your phone waiting for her reply as if that single message will decide your value as a man. The man who lives like this is like an empty vessel, waiting to be filled by someone else's validation. But here's the truth, when you stop seeking permission to feel worthy, when you measure your success by the question, did I act with courage and honesty today? You will stop chasing and start attracting. A man who knows his worth without needing it confirmed is magnetic. He doesn't have to announce his confidence, it seeps from his very presence. Another form of weakness is the inability to handle conflict. Too many men confuse being agreeable with being admirable. They say yes to everything, thinking that avoiding disagreement will make them more likable. But women see through this, and what they feel isn't affection, it's loss of respect. Avoiding conflict at all costs might win you temporary peace, but it slowly paints you as a man without a backbone. The truth is, strength isn't about starting fights, but about standing firm when it matters. It's knowing when to speak, and having the courage to do so without fear of rejection. Women respect men who can disagree without becoming aggressive, who can stand calmly in the storm without letting fear dictate their words. Then there's emotional instability, perhaps one of the most glaring red flags. A man ruled by his emotions is like a ship without a captain, tossed around by every wave of anger, jealousy, or insecurity. Emotional control doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, it means mastering them. It means being able to pause when you feel provoked, to breathe when you feel fear, to choose your response instead of being dragged by impulse. Women notice when a man can stay composed under pressure, when he can be the calm in a chaotic room. That level of control signals not just strength, but safety, and safety is deeply attractive. There's also the weakness of being all talk and no action. Many men live in a fantasy where their words are their accomplishments. They talk endlessly about the things they will do, the success they will have, the heights they will reach, but it's all vapor. Words are cheap. Execution is rare. A man who acts quietly and delivers without boasting commands respect without even asking for it. Women know the difference between a dreamer and a doer. And they know that a man who talks more than he acts is trying to convince himself as much as others that he's capable. Blaming others for your failures is another quiet signal of weakness. A man who refuses to take responsibility for his life will never truly grow. He'll always be trapped, blaming his ex, his boss, or the world for his unhappiness. The problem with this mindset is simple. The moment you give away responsibility, you give away power. Women can feel when a man refuses to own his mistakes. It tells them he's not ready to face life head-on. Weakness also shows in a lack of boundaries. If you can't say no, you're not being generous, you're being afraid. Afraid of rejection, afraid of judgment, afraid of standing your ground. The man without boundaries becomes a people pleaser, bending over backward to keep everyone happy, and in the process, losing respect, both from others and from himself. Boundaries are a declaration of self-worth. A man who enforces them shows he values his time, his energy, and his life. But perhaps the deepest sign of weakness is a lack of purpose. A man without a mission moves through life like a ghost, present but not truly alive. Purpose doesn't mean chasing fame or riches. It's about having a reason to get out of bed in the morning. Without it, you drift. You waste hours in distraction, chasing empty pleasures, living for the next small hit of dopamine. But with purpose, you move differently. You speak differently. People feel your presence because it carries weight. A man with purpose doesn't need to be validated, his life validates itself. And so, women can often see weakness in a man before he even realizes he's showing it. They feel it in his posture, in his choices, in his energy. But this isn't about changing for them, it's about changing for you. When you master your emotions, stop chasing approval, live by your principles, and move with purpose, you stop projecting weakness entirely. You won't need to prove yourself, your presence will speak for you. Women will notice. People will respect you. But more importantly, you'll respect yourself.